What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're catching this video. Hey man, today I want to talk about trusting the universe, God, source, whatever you believe in, to know you, know what's best for you more than you think you know yourself, right? Peep game. Have you ever thought you wanted something, thought you wanted a person, you know what I'm saying, to and only to get them, and then it's like, why did I ask for that shit? Why did I do that shit? Right? It's like I feel that it's two wavelengths, and you got the person that I make shit happen, and don't get me wrong, it's value to that. You know what I'm saying? Especially as a man, it's value to having the ability to make things. And I'm not gonna just say a man, a person, period, a woman. It's valuable to be able to make things happen, like to be able to influence events. It's being able to use power and utilize influence and things like that, right? When it comes to your life and building your life and deciding what you want, there's this idea on you need to know exactly what you want. You need to know exactly where you going, and decide what your life gonna be like 5 to 10 years, right? Type shit. That's a lot of that going on. I don't agree with that. I don't. I mean, let me say this. I think it's valuable to have an idea what you want to experience. But if we talking about wholesomeness, and that's what I'm talking about. So when it comes to wholesomeness and really finding joy in the things that you creating and bringing into your life, like I feel like I'm gonna speak for myself on this. As I started to mature, y'all, I stopped knowing what I wanted. I stopped knowing what I wanted. I don't like. I can admit I don't know exactly what will give me the greatest fulfillment. So that's what I asked for. God, help me see what will give me the greatest fulfillment. I asked for God to show me what I want. Because I believe for one, me having a self awareness enough to know, to see what the world is demanding. You need to know what you want. Having the self awareness enough and the bravery enough to admit that I don't really know what I want. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes knowing what you don't want is a great step because it moves you. It sets a standard. It sets a boundary where, okay, I don't want that. I don't want that shit. But it helps to define what you actually do want. It helps to define like what kind of room you trying to go to, where like the type of energy you want to feel. But this is the message that I'm saying, like, for those that get it. What if we just ask God to give us and to align us with what will make us feel the most fulfilled? Like, I'm sure that the universe that created me, that knows what this being is more than my thoughts, more than my mind or what I think, like that has been cultivated, by circumstances, my own self, my own ideas. Because I don't know about you, I don't know about y'all, but I'm constantly reworking what I want, what I think I want, getting shit, getting successful, not liking it, or I ain't gonna say not liking it, but it not being what I think it is. Which to me, I'm not giving up in that process. I'm just going deeper. And I find that I find joy when joy finds me, type shit. Like, I find joy when joy finds me because I'm such an open person. Now, this may not be the truth for everybody. Some people may have a very good grasp on exactly what they want and exactly where they're going. And hey, I fucks with that. There's some people that I feel have a good grasp of themselves and what they want and where they're going, or at least they have a good poker face. I say that. But me, like I say, y'all, as I start to mature and I start to wisen up, like I realize, like, no, like the greatest moments is the ones that the universe blessed me with. The greatest moments are the ones that I couldn't have even expected. And they don't have to be massive. It don't have to be this massive trip. Sometimes it's shit I don't even expect. Sometimes I'll get cool and meet the coolest person that I'll like. My first mind was like, and this is like real shit. This is real life. My first mind is like, man, they gonna be a bitch, or they gonna be a, you know what I'm saying? And then I end up talking to them, and they literally make my day, like, and they say something that I needed, that I couldn't even ask for. There's no way I could have asked for that, but the universe, God, source, knew and supplied me with that. So I notice as I'm maturing in this process, what I'm starting to ask for more is alignment. God, I trust that you know. Universe, I trust that you know. And I ask that you just make space for me. You know what I'm saying? Make space for me to feel like myself. I want to feel good within myself. I don't want to feel like I'm faking it. I don't want to feel like I'm shaking. I want to feel good within myself. I want to feel strong. I want to feel like, you know, and then anything else, like, I give it to you. Show me, you know, and that leaves me open. That leaves me receptive. You know, I establish the baselines. Like, for example, I want my money shit. I want my money. I want to get my money straight, you know, and I'm getting my money straight, you know. So, and as I'm getting my money straight, like, for y'all that's been tuned in and seen those previous videos, that sadness in it, I'm realizing, like, that sadness was coming because the success is coming, and it's like, okay, like, I'm losing things. I'm not seeing the things that's coming in because they being worked. I'm seeing little snippets like, could this be happening? This is happening type shit. But it's like, it's also making me sad because it's just revealing, like, it's revealing my deeper wants, my deeper desires, my deeper fears. And I think that's an initiation. As you start seeing more shit, you get that question. Like, it's like God, the universe, source, spirit, Jesus, whatever you believe in, it's calling you closer. It's like, this is what you wanted to see. But now there's this. This is something that you've always secretly wanted. This is something that's always secretly hurt your feelings. Are you willing to consider this? Are you willing to open up to this? Are you willing to? So, you know, I get tired of being surprised like that. So I'm just like, God, just put me in alignment. You know what I'm saying? Put me in alignment with what you know fits me. I want to get to know myself as, you know, as my truest self, my higher self. And there's a part of us that we know, but there's a big part of that we don't know. And I think there's a certain space of existence and alignment with existence where beings who are willing to admit that will reside. And I feel like that's the meek. That's the meek. You know what I'm saying? And that's the wealthy. You know, I plan to be extremely wealthy. But the thing is, only you can define what wealthiness is. Only you can feel wealthy, you know, because you determine what that is. It's one thing to be rich, but rich in what? Rich in notes, dollar bills. What about what you do with those things? What about the power that those things have over you, or the life that comes with that? Or is that something that's going to make you internally feel wealthy? I tell myself every day, I am a very wealthy man, and feel it. And for me, that's not based on how much money I have in my pocket. I don't want that to be based on how much money in my pocket. So in order for me to be there, I have to start speaking that now. I have to become that right now, you know, and I am, you know, because once millions come, and more opportunities and people calling, like, God revealing this stuff to me, like, you know, people gonna be calling where you've been seeking validation. People gonna start seeking validation from you, where you've been wanting to be around people. You got people trying to beat the dough down trying to get to you. You know what I'm saying? You gonna have people coming around you faking and shaking, you know what I'm saying? And it's so like with a lot of power there's responsibility, you know, and I was never attracted to it for the power per se. You know what I'm saying? I thank God that one of my gifts is God put something in me where I'm enough with just my existence. And if you're a chosen one, you exactly the same way. Like we were made from the same cloth. And I love you and I love us for that. But what tends to happen is that the universe gets to pulling on us. By ourselves, we'd be perfectly fine. Just leave me alone. I can entertain myself for eternity. Whatever I'm curious in, I'm gonna go and explore it. If I'm not curious, I'm going deeper into being able to challenge myself to be able to sit and be bored, sit and be bored without being bored. You know what I'm saying? Like we just, I don't know, like we different. When we experience pain to the extent that we're aware of, we don't run away from it. Like we face it. We get up in there. You know what I'm saying? We acknowledge it. We want to have those conversations. We want to look at that elephant in the room. We want to address the elephant in the room. You know what I'm saying? You know, we willing to do the work. We willing to do that hard work. We willing to feel those hard feelings. So, you know, just, I don't know. I just want to be aligned with the universe and I want to feel wealthy within myself, you know, because as is crazy. The paradox is as money is coming. And that was one of my wishes and deep wishes because of how much it was kept pulling. But as money is coming, you know, I'm being reminded even more like my wealth is how much presence I can give to myself in relation to the amount of money that I make. Can I give myself, like, how much do I value myself? How much do we value ourselves? How much time are we willing to invest in ourselves? You know, how well can we be okay without money? That ironically seems to be the key to having more of it. How well you can be without it. How well you can utilize it and separate your identity from it. You know what I'm saying? So that last part is just a rambling, but the biggest thing is, I don't know, man. I choose to trust in the universe and trust in God. You know what I'm saying? And that's not easy. I'm not saying it's easy, but I feel like if I do that, if I ask for that, and if that's where I set my intentions, man, I'm in for an adventure. I'm in to see some wonderful things, and I can't help but to be at the right place at the right time, at all times. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, yeah, that's the video. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, whether today is a rough day or an easy, smooth day, whether you are barely making ends meet or you're at the pinnacle of your success, the greatest place that you could come from is where? Right where you are. Not perfect, just real. All right, I wish you peace, love, and abundance every single day, and especially on the days that it rains. And with that being said, that's the video. I'm signing out. Peace.